Now to a special guest, someone who personally stood up to Daniel Andrews when so few business leaders across Melbourne were brave enough to do that. That man, of course, is Tony Doherty, who runs Tony Doherty Gyms, or Doherty Gyms, across the Melbourne area. I have to give you plaudits alongside the restaurateur Chris Lucas. You're about the only two blokes I know brave enough to stand up to Daniel Andrews. Give us a sense of what it's like to run a small business in Victoria after 9 years of Andrews as Premier.
Well, I think most small business people today, Peter, would be really, really happy and relieved to hear that he'd resigned. But, you know, we look back at all the lockdowns and everything that we went through, and I know that Chris fought really hard and I fought really hard for the fitness industry and the people that went to the gyms. And it's like everything went back to normal, and it was, what was that all for? Because now the trams are full, the footy stadiums are full, and they were just like, oh, forget about it, as you were. So it was almost like a piss take where we all just thought, well, we went through hell and people took their own lives. People lost their businesses, family businesses, restaurants, gyms went under because they didn't care. We had the longest lockdown in the world, and my industry, the fitness industry, were locked down more than any other industry. 367 forced days to be closed. It's insane.
I know you're a strong opponent of the injecting room that's on the table for the CBD. That included, but what do you think is Andrews' legacy for the City of Melbourne?
Well, he's left it in a real mess. And, you know, the lie after lies after lies that he told, I mean, particularly about consultation, where with the gym industry and the lockdowns, they come on their great press conference every day and say, we're consulting with the fitness industry. Not one consultation. That was just lies. They've said that they've consulted with the city traders. You know, my city gyms, 200 metres away from De Graves Lane, where they're talking about putting the injection centre, we were never consulted. We were consulted by the media and people like yourself and the news services that were interested to hear what the business owners had to say. But Daniel Andrews or his government have never consulted with any of us. They just treat us like a joke and, oh, you know, we'll just put some more spin on it. I mean, he's been very good at being a spin doctor and a master of his own little media crew and all this stuff that he did. But, you know, he won the last election on promises that he was never going to keep, Peter. He said that he was going to serve the full term. He was never going to serve the full term. And he said he was delivering the Commonwealth Games to regional towns. Now, I'm originally from Bendigo, and I know people there in events that were so looking forward to it, that just had, you know, so much passion to bring the Commonwealth Games to our regional towns. And athletes, I've trained athletes all my life, and to break their hearts and to break their spirit and not have them compete in their hometowns, in their home state, their home country, it's disgusting. And everyone seems to be okay with it. It's budget. It was never going to happen.
We won't forget, Tony. I have to leave it there. I'm out of time. Thank you as always.